Okay, Andrew, hopefully you can see what's going on here. When I pulled the passenger side apart, the number 1 injector is removing fuel and the number 5 is adding fuel. So I assumed that the nozzle did not seal up on number 1 and that number 5, the return, is not sealing. Unfortunately, I can't test to see if the nozzle and pintle sealed up on number 1, but I can apply vacuum to the return to see if the return sealed up on number 5. So when I took this apart, all of the injectors still had a little bit of fuel left in the input except for number 5. So what I did, let me see if I can focus here. What I did was put a little fuel down in the end of number 5. And now what I've got going on is I've just disconnected the return, which I've done this before, and hooked a hand vacuum pump up to the return. So when I apply vacuum to the return, which, by the way, I've pinched off the return from the CP3 to take that out of the equation. Let me just do that again. There we go. So I'm going to apply vacuum to just the 2 return rails. And we'll see what happens. So again, as we can see, number 5 has fuel in the end of it. I'm going to go ahead and pump this up and apply some vacuum. Got about 20 pounds there holding. And as you'll see, number 5 sucks that fuel right down. The pressure drops, so I'll bump it back up again. And it's slowly going down. Now, the other injectors are not. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to focus in there. But the other injectors are holding the fuel right in the inlet, and number 5 is slowly sucking down. The other thing that I've done is pressurized the return system at 10 pounds, and you can see a couple of bubbles actually still working their way back up. From the specs that I've got online, it should hold 20 pounds both ways. I typically don't pressurize the return higher than 10. I draw vacuum at 20 inches. So that's what I got going on. So I'm going to replace number 1 and number 5, and hopefully that takes care of our issue. Thanks.